California taxes stopping you from moving? Let me explain what I mean about that. So, if you are already a property owner in California and you are thinking about retiring and you've been in your home for a long time, and actually maybe not even that long of a time because you maybe just bought in 2019 and values have gone up so much over the sort of COVID frenzied seller's market that your property taxes are at a rate where you're kind of locked in. So, for those of you who don't know what that means, or if you don't live in California, so when you buy a property in California, and again, I am not an attorney, I'm not a CPA, I'm not a tax specialist. So, this is a general overview, and you need to make sure and check with your professionals. So, red flags, make sure make sure you're checking with your people. So, but as a general rule, when you have a property in California and it's your principal residence, I think those are the only ones that count. Again, check with your people. But when you have that property, you can basically lock in the tax rate that goes along with the assessed value for when you bought it. So there's people in my family who have owned a home for so many years that their values are dramatically more now than they were when they bought, as all of us are across the country. But the beautiful part about California is that you cannot go up more than 1 or 2% per year. That's where some of the details get fuzzy for me as a non-professional as far as when it comes to taxes. However, when your assessed value goes up in most states, so do your taxes, right? I lived in Washington State for a while. I witnessed that firsthand. My taxes went from one rate, and then, the value of our home increased, and whew, boy, those tax rates went up right along with it. Even though you're not selling your home, those tax rates are going to change your monthly payment, right? So that can make a big difference for somebody. If all of a sudden, okay, yeah, my home's value went up, that's great when I sell it, but in the meantime, I have to make this payment. So that's not as fun. But here, that's not going to happen. It gives you a lot of predictability. It gives you stability as a homeowner here in California, that you're not going to have this massive shift. So that's a big pro. A con is going to be the fact that you're kind of locked in, right? So if you want to move and you say, well, my house is worth $700,000 and I want to move to another house that's worth $700,000, no matter what, my taxes are going to increase and therefore making my monthly output more expensive. So I'll just stay where I'm at, right? So the con is that it sort of locks people into their homes, right? You don't want to move. However, there is a new law. It's not that new, but it's just a couple of years, and it is called Proposition 19. So what this allows you to do, and there used to be some other leniencies, right? So if you were 55 and over, you could buy another home in your same county, and you could bring your tax basis with you. So that's something that a lot of people really liked. And they say, well, at least that keeps people kind of circulating in that county. But let's say that you are somebody who's living in Northern California and you want to move here to the Coachella Valley, to the Palm Springs area, and you want to get some sun and you want to get some warmth, right? So I think everybody thinks of sun in California when they think of our state, but we've got some relatively chilly parts. So if you want to move down here in the desert where we have some of the best weather around and some of the best retirement communities, and you want to move to Trilogy or Sun City or something like that, and you're up in Redding or you're up in Napa, where a lot of my family is, or you're somewhere else that's colder, and you want to move down here, you might think, well, that's great and all, but my taxes are going to go up. Well, not anymore. So now, if you want to move with your primary residence, you can say, okay, hey, I'm going to sell my house in, and again, this is California residence, but I'm going to sell my house in Chico, and I'm going to move down to Palm Desert. And I'm really excited because I'm going to live in Sun City and I'm going to play golf every day. But man, I can't afford it because this house that I own, that I'm going to sell for all this money, but those taxes are going to make it tough. Well, no, actually, they won't. So I have got some fun links for you that are going to be in the description, but I'm also going to have a little, a link for a piece of, for a flyer basically that you can download that will have the links available in it as well. And so that's something, so you don't have to like just, I mean, you can save the video. I would actually love it. I would love it if you liked it and subscribed, of course. If you've watched YouTube for a minute and a half, you know that anybody who creates these videos, it's important for us that if you do like our content that you do just subscribe and save or whatever. But, you know, if you're just now watching me and you're just like, well, I'm interested in that, but I don't know about her, well, just save my little flyer and then you'll have the links available to you. So in any case, so I've got for you a couple of links. Like I said, one of them is this Proposition 19 transfer calculator. So this is directly from the prop19.org. So you've got the ability to come in and you say, okay, the current market value of my home, what we're going to transfer the assessed value from here. So the market value, what could you sell it for today? And it doesn't have to be exact. I mean, you can go, and I have a website and that's also linked below, and you can actually pull up, you can find out cash offers, and you don't have to worry that you're going to get a bunch of phone calls like you do that with oh, I want to see if somebody will buy my car, or I want to get insurance. And then you are just bombarded with calls and emails and all the stuff. If you go to my website, angelrealestate.com, and you want to get a cash offer value and you just want to see what it is, I'm the only one who's going to know because it's my website. So I'm the only one who's going to see any of this stuff. And I love that people have a chance to just use this. I don't bother them. I might check in and just say, you know, do you need more information? But that's how I work. So if you want to go on there, you can get a cash value just out of curiosity. You can also get the market value. Now, it's going to be much like Zillow. It's going to be automated. If you put all your information into Zillow, somebody's going to call you because that's how Zillow makes their money. They take real estate agents like myself and they put out a good website. I mean, hats off to them. It's a great website. And they put out all the information. And then when someone like you is curious about it and you put in your information and you want to know more, then they sell the lead. You're now a lead. They sell the leads to all the real estate agents, right? So now if you don't want that to happen, you can actually use my website, or if you have an agent that you're already working with, chances are they also have a website and you can use their website and your information is not going to get sold to 100 different agents who are going to be calling you up, finding out how we can help you. But anyway, so the market value. So you can get a rough idea of your market value. If you ever want a really specific idea of your market value and you don't just want the computer trying to guess, let me know, because not only can I help you in the Coachella Valley, I have, after doing this for 25 years and having some great, people that I've worked with across the country, I'm in some great networking groups with some really wonderful agents, the American Dream TV, all over the country. We have other hosts that are doing this. I have great EXP connections, etc. So if you want a specific value for your property, you let me know and I will find you somebody in your area, if you're not in mine, who specializes in your area. Because if you're in Palm Desert and you talk to your agent in Los Angeles, and you want to try to get a number for your Palm Desert home, to be honest, I mean, they might know what it is. They might not. I wouldn't try to presume to know what the, values are in West Hollywood. I'm going to leave that to the West Hollywood realtors because they're going to know their street by street sometimes kind of differentiation. So if you want a specific one, you let me know. I will find somebody who's going to give you a specific and has a heart of a teacher and wants to just help out. And then when you're ready, you're ready. You don't. Those are the kind of people that I work with. So you're going to find out that market value. So a long way of coming around to say that. So again, this is people who live in California. When you move your tax basis over, this is how it works. So let's say your market value, you come to find out, is 1.1 million. And the assessed value of your property, because you've lived there forever, maybe it's 350,000, right? What is the tax rate on the new home that you want to transfer to? Well, in the Coachella Valley, you're pretty safe saying it's 1.24%, give or take. And let's say the purchase price you want to move to, because if you're moving, oh, I made that 11 million. That's way too much. Let me make that one less zero. Okay, there we go. That was the right one. And so the new home you're going to buy, so let's say you're selling your $1 million property in LA and you want to buy a property in Palm Desert. Well, let me tell you, you can probably find a really nice one for, let's say, 700,000. And then are both your existing homes in California? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Are you 55 or over? Here's where this comes into play. Again, I'm talking about people who are probably thinking about retiring, right? So I'm kind of assuming that you're 55 or over. But you also, if you are disabled, or if you are a victim of a wildfire or a natural disaster, you can also get this as well. Obviously, I mean, that stands to reason, right? You've lost your home in a fire, which is horrific. And now what, you have to pay more taxes because you're 52? I mean, that seems really unfair, right? So in any case, the answer is yes, right? So based on your answers, you may be eligible, right? And then that's where we talk to our tax professionals. So now, so if you did not have Prop 19, your estimated taxes would be $8,680. Your new estimated taxes will be $4,340. So they will be half, right? So let's say this is something that's been holding you back from moving, and it's probably not now, because now you know that you can actually make that move and bring your tax base with you, right? Because this 4,340 number would be about right for a $350,000 property, right? So, I mean, give or take. So this is going to give you a really solid idea. And if you're like, yeah, I've got this $1.1 million home, but I really would love, but my taxes are only $4,300 a year or whatever. And then you find out not only can you sell that home, pocket some of that money, go buy your next home for cash or relatively small loan because you're moving it over, whatever. And then not only that, but your taxes are going to come along with you too. And it doesn't matter where you are. If you're in Los Angeles, or like I said, if you're up in Redding, if you're in Eureka or Napa or San Francisco or Chico or any other part of California. Obviously, I don't need to name every single city. I could never do that. I'd be here all day. But you will have an opportunity to move your tax base. I believe the number of times is 3, that you can do it 3 times in your lifetime once you're 55 and over, are disabled, or have lost your property to a natural disaster, which of course is horrible, but at least you're not getting sort of kicked in the teeth twice, right? So that's the upside. So I hope that helps, and I hope that might make some of you excited about the possible transition that you might be able to do. And if you do have any questions, as always, for buying property in the Coachella Valley, I would be more than happy to talk to you anytime. And there's a link to just sign up with a quick Zoom. Or if you're in town, of course, we can go have coffee or something. And I'd love to meet you and just find out about your goals and see if I can help you. So have a great day. Take care.